We don't say decentralization. We tell everyone to own their shit. Own your shit of whatever you're doing on a daily basis. You can go viral with 0 followers, no problem. You don't have to, and you can start making money from day one. And we're the highest payout platform. You get to keep 80% of the proceeds rather than TikTok takes 50% of the proceeds.
When you use Facebook, you have your audience there. When you have Twitter, you have your audience there. When you have Instagram, you have your audience there. You cannot take it anywhere. And if you get banned, you're fucked.
I just think everything is a little bit too complicated for the average creator right now. And it needs to be simple. They need to not know it's decentralized. They don't need to know how the Tesla's made as long as it drives. I want to shout out to Instagram, to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. They all did a great job in disrupting all of this and creating the creator economy. It's a democratized app. Everybody has equal opportunity. $1 is $1, whether you're an African creator, Canadian creator, US creator, Korean creator, whatever the case is. We're giving opportunity to 1 billion creators to make money and go viral.
Welcome to the Midcraft Podcast.
Hey.
We're doing a fireside chat today.
Have you ever had a real fireside chat before? Have you?
Not with a real fire.
I've never seen a real fireside chat, so I'm so happy to be a part of one.
Me too. And who do we have here as a guest today?
My name is Katia Zaitsev, and I'm the co-founder and COO of Own App.
Okay. Before we go talk about your app, tell us a bit more about yourself and how did you become an app builder?
So I'm originally from Russia, grew up in Toronto. Now we're living in Austin, Texas. What? Oh, you're from
I'm
Toronto?
Canadian. I'm from Vancouver. I went to school
Okay.
at Western Ontario, Western University. I also love Austin, Texas as well.
Nice.
But let's get into it. So
Yeah.
you're Canadian. You grew up in Canada?
Yes, I grew up in Canada.
Where exactly?
The whole story, North York, but then I moved downtown when I went to U of T. So lived on Temperance. If anyone that are the
So you're actually
Torontonians
you're
are
actually
from Toronto,
Toronto.
yeah. Queen West. And
It's
now
not
my
like
mom
a
lives in
fake
Oakville.
Toronto girl. You're actually a real
Yes,
Toronto girl.
yes. And then my mom lives in Oakville right now. So I
Cool.
come and visit her every so often.
Cool, cool.
So
And where are you
yes.
living now?
Austin, Texas, East Austin. We have a headquarters right 10 minutes from downtown. It's our office and creator house. It fits up to 850 people. We throw events all the time.
Love that.
Super fun town. And we moved there because it's one of the best cities to grow a company in the US right now. There's a lot of startups growing there. Venture capital still has to catch up a little bit, but there's a lot of great talent and it's just such a good vibe. There's a very healthy city. And a lot of people want to move there, start a family, but also be part of a lot of great, cool startups. So I'm really happy to be there.
No, I'm a huge fan of Austin. Like Consensus is always used to be
Yes.
always there.
Yep.
I think it's moved away now, but
To
like,
Toronto.
yeah, it's to Toronto, but now it's going to Miami.
Yeah.
Now it's Miami, Hong Kong next year. And,
Yes.
but I'm a huge fan of Austin. I'm going
Yeah.
to be there in a couple of weeks for Formula One. Will you be there?
What's the date? Yes,
I
I will be
believe the
there.
18th.
Yes, I will be there.
Oh, let's
Okay,
go. We'll
so
see you
let's do
there.
it.
We'll see
Yes,
you there.
I love it.
So you've been there for how long?
About 2.5 years.
Nice,
Yes,
nice.
yes.
And you're a big fan. A lot of business happening there.
Yep.
Were you there? So you were there for the last couple Consensus. And when did you guys?
Consensus and South by Southwest. Yeah.
Yes. And when did
Yeah.
you guys start all of what you're working on?
February 2023 is when we incorporated, and we were thinking of moving the headquarters either to even Dubai, we were thinking, or somewhere in the US, but we weren't even thinking Austin. I was going back and forth for meetings, and started to feel the vibe. But then we came for South by Southwest, and it was just right away so amazing. We met a bunch of talent, a bunch of investors. We had the prototype ready then. We met my co-creator, Sarah Mick, who also invested in the company. She created a couple apps you might know, Tinder and Bumble. She invented the swipe. So she invested in...
So we were learning about what's it called, Tinder double dates. So me and my boy here were like, oh, let's Tinder double date thing. That's really interesting. Let's learn about that while we're in Asia.
Did you use it? Have you used it?
We've been on it.
We were swiping on the way
Look here, we started it while we were on the bus ride over. Happened to be at like an hour and a
Any
half
good
drive.
swipes?
We're waiting for the people to match our swipe. We swiped on the
Also-
swiped right a few times.
Also,
He didn't swipe right once. It was me that was swiping right.
Aaron, you're such a distraction with your swiping habits here. We were talking about, we haven't even,
Pull up right now?
she says a business partner and investor who created Bumble and Tinder, and you're like, oh man, this is the apps I live on.
When you say created, what does that mean?
So she's the chief creative officer and the product designer. So the whole UX UI design of it and the whole flow of the swiping, the user journey and everything. And so she came on board to do the same thing for us too.
So really, like the swiping right thing.
Yeah.
started
from her. Yeah, it was
and that's like every app that exists now.
It's a funny story, and I can't tell it the way that she does, but it was an accident. Like they were trying to. It was that something was on the screen and they kept going like this, and then they ended up creating that user journey. So ended up, and that's something that it's so important when you're creating a decentralized application, because let's get real. If we're going to make decentralization and crypto, blockchain, anything to do it mainstream, it needs to be drunk grandma proof and child proof, right? You need drunk grandma proof. So you're gonna grandma proof.
Okay.
Yes. So you're gonna be able to use it, because otherwise we're only gonna keep it around the same, like what, 0.1% of the world
So
using it.
grandma's swiping, or
They're they're scrolling. They're scrolling.
okay. They actually are.
social media.
Okay, so not my drunk grandma, but my mom is. She sees Instagram. She sees the reels. She will be up there for like 3 hours, like genuinely, and she's like, "Why is this so addicting?
Yeah.
This is what it is."
Okay, guys, let's get back to the topic. So you talked about you're incorporated in Austin. There was a lot
Yes.
of talent, but you didn't say talent for
What we
what.
do,
And you
so,
also didn't talk about what app you're actually building.
Yeah. So Own App it's a decentralized.
I hijacked the conversation. My bad.
It's okay. I
He
think
tends
that's
to
the
do
whole
this.
point. So it's a decentralized TikTok. So it's a decentralized social media app where everybody owns their followers, they own their content, but it's also gamified. And what that means is that you could post videos, pictures, soon live streams as well. It's going to be in about 3 weeks. It's going to be live, and you can upvote and downvote content. So you could double tap down where you could upvote, downvote, and there's a leaderboard where there's creators competing on a weekly basis to be the number one creator on the platform based on the content that they post. Right now we have a KBW competition where we're giving tokens and cash rewards if you reach the top 3, but it's a fun leaderboard. And why people love our app is, one, the gamified aspect. And I think that's something super important for everyone's getting kind of a little bit bored of how social media is right now. It's all the same. And let's get real. Decentralized is important in our world, but to get the 16-year-old or the drunk grandmother to use it, it needs to be something that we all want. What? It's to make more money and to go viral, right? So on our app, you could go viral with 0 followers. No problem. You don't have to, and you can start making money from day one. And we're the highest payout platform. You get to keep 80% of the proceeds, rather than TikTok takes 50% of the proceeds. And you don't have to wait till you reach 10,000 or 100,000, whatever the metrics are for other social media apps. It's been I think what's really important is timing, because with everything that's going on, everyone getting demonetized or banned or shadow banned or whatever, people are ready to switch or at least try something new, right? So that's been very beneficial for us, and that's what we're doing.
So how does this monetization mechanism work? You mentioned leaderboards, and the top
Yes.
leaderboards get paid, but you also say that any starting creator can
Yeah.
get paid. Do I need to get on top of the leaderboard to get paid, or do I start earning from the moment I start posting?
Yes. So there's 5 different monetization streams, right? So we're going out with something that everyone's familiar with, because again, we don't want to shove decentralization and tokens too much. So which is tipping. So rather than taking 50% of your proceeds, you get 80%, and that's something familiar, and that goes from day one. You don't need to have any kind of followership to do that. Then we're going to have sponsorships and add revenue share, also all through fiat. And then we have AI shops, own shops, which is going to match make brands and also creators based on your engagement, your followership, and whatever product or service that you have. Then the leaderboard and the engagement piece comes from our tokenization. So we have a tokenized creator fund that's going to be live this year. So the token's going to be live, and then the actual creator fund will be live in Q1 2026, where you're going to be able to earn based on your engagement from day one. So you could be a top 1,000 and you'll still earn it. It's obviously not going to be the same as number one. And also there's going to be, there's different categories. So you can make from the full leaderboard, or based on your category, and then also your rank too. So there's multiple different ways, but it's going to be right away, and it's going to be a weekly payout where you could take out the money if you want to withdraw it. But there's also going to be mechanisms in place where you could stake it, but we'll call it savings. Yeah. And there's going to be a sophisticated version for crypto native people, but there's going to be an easy version for non-crypto people.
I love that so much. You were wearing a really interesting wristband earlier.
I know.
Where'd
gave
it go?
away. I gave it away.
All good, all good.
First,
Of course, she's trying to shill her company, giving it away. So tell us about what that was all about.
Okay.
What's the situation regarding that?
I will tell you. So we don't say decentralization. We tell everyone to own their shit.
I love that so much.
That's our line.
So this is the moment I decided to bring you to our podcast because you said those words and then you explained what it means.
Yeah.
And then I was sold. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it took. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
well, and that's what it is. It's a movement, and that's the new social era. And it's not only about owning your IP or your followership, which is obviously very important, but it's also owning your identity. And that could be whether you're an athlete, whether you're a beauty influencer, whatever it is, but own your shit of whatever you're doing on a daily basis. And I think that's what's really sticking with our creators.
Can you talk about the experience that you had with people grabbing the shirts and just like loving what you guys are trying to do and the Web 2 side of that they were all about this?
Yeah.
Because that's what you mentioned to me. That's really what sold it for me. I was like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah, so we are the first social media platform that has 90% of the users that don't even know they're using a decentralized app. And I think the way how it stuck, because we were looking for a tagline and I just said, just say I own my shit, like literally. And we created a bunch of cute crop tops and it was New York Fashion Week. And we just left it on this girl that used to work with us. She was a model. So she brought it there and all these models started taking it and wearing it around New York Fashion Week. And everyone just started downloading the app. And it was at the time close to the TikTok being banned. And we just went viral without doing anything. And then everyone's like, I want to own my shit. I'm an Onion. They're calling themselves Onions. I'm trying to change it. Yeah. And
What are you trying to change it to? Like
owners. I mean, Onion sounds a little culty, but I mean, I guess that's
yeah, like what do you say, owner?
owner. I think owner. I personally like that, but I mean,
Let the community do what they want.
I
That's
think-
cool. I think
Yeah,
it's cool.
yeah.
The whole premise of building a successful crypto project or decentralized
Yeah.
project is that you build a code.
Yeah.
So I think you should keep it like that. You
Yeah.
should keep it Onies or whatever.
Onions.
Onions, yeah.
That's what they do.
But when you mention owning your shit, right,
Yes.
or owning your content, when Web3 social started coming up, they all say their sales pitch is when you use Facebook, you have your audience there. When you have Twitter, you have your audience there. When you have Instagram, you have your audience there. You cannot take it anywhere. And if you get banned, you're fucked.
Yeah.
How does that work for your platform?
Yeah.
Could I move my audience to another platform? Want to?
Yes, you literally own your shit in decentralized clusters that are stored across the user's phones. And if even you get banned, so we have no censorship, but we do obviously ban if there's any sexual content or any gruesome content. That's boundaries, right? That we just don't tolerate. And even if you do, you got to keep your followership and the content that you do create, and you could bring it onto another platform, and then you sign into another platform, and the same people are there.
Platform like
Any platform that will
give me an
then
example. How do you transition to another
it
platform?
will be the other platform needs to accept the SSO, so a single sign-on protocol, and so which will be that, but it'll be stored. It's like almost like it's in your like Google Cloud file, like essentially it's like an Apple iCloud file that will be stored, and it'll be all verified through your own ID, and then you could transfer it wherever you want.
You export it, import it.
Yeah,
to the next
import
thing.
that. It's like a file. Yeah,
Got you,
that you'll
got you.
have, and it's all through that you own, and you're able to do that. But it's gonna be very seamless. Like the users, it's not gonna just know. It's like a key.
But hopefully,
Yeah.
no one needs to do that. Like
Nobody.
just,
Yeah, exactly.
just survive on your platform. Not
Yes.
survive, but thrive on your platform.
Thrive. Exactly.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And but even so, there will be mechanisms later on. We'll offer that. We're not trying to kill all the other platforms, right? But you can then just use it, whatever you have. You can also log into other platforms and bring followers you have on and the content on other platforms as well. But we're just going to verify that you are who you are. Those are your followers, and those are also that's also the IP and content that you own
Yeah,
on our platform.
I love that
So, yeah.
so much. Can you talk about how the content owners get paid? How does it all work? How does the system work? Is it through like Web3 means? Is it through crypto?
Oh, I
or
just said
is
it.
your own token?
You gotta keep up, bro. Like we're having a conversation here.
I just said it was through fiat and token, tipping, sponsorship,
So
and
what is
ad revenue.
Fiat
Yeah.
versus your own token.
Yes. So own token. So fiat. So we're starting with you're getting paid just like you would with other social platforms. We just take a way lesser cut than YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. And then after that, with the token, it's all going to be based through our integrated wallet. So that's going to be tied to our algorithm. That's going to pay you out via own token. But then you could transfer it to own credits and then withdraw it with cash or pay within the platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
With many social media platforms, like there's a network effect, right? If you don't have users, you're not going to attract new users. And I think that's very important. And that's a big challenge. Like everyone wants to build a social media
Yeah.
platform, but like it's probably easy to build one. It's hard to get users
Yeah.
and actually get that network effect going. How do you see this? Like you moved to Austin, there's a lot of creators.
Mhm.
How do you see the adoption of your app going, and where do you see this going as well?
Yeah, there's three elements to it. Number one is your internal team has to obviously be experienced in that. So we are just bringing on someone named Jonathan Maxime that launched TikTok and Triller in the US. So he's our growth hacker to bring on. I believe timing is a big thing. I think everyone's ready for something new right now. And so it's never been, when I was having this conversation a year ago, people weren't even interested to start a new app, but now they're like really coming on board. And then number three is we're champion the micro influencers really because like those they become our super fans, call themselves Onias, the ones that have like under 500,000 followers because they already got that like dopamine fix with the fan base. And then but they're not quite there yet and they're not making enough money. They're putting out way more energy rather than making. So we're really targeting them and creating that community onto our platform, plus partnering with agencies and talent agency and influencer agencies, which we already have with Jagged, Wall Street Bets, DNA House, where we have a collective following of probably 500,000 in following that we're designing a program to onboard all the creators and so that everybody wins and benefits.
Okay, how many creators do you currently have, or how many users do you
Yeah,
like?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we have through our influencer program, we have exactly like about 300 million collective following, and then on our app we have 60,000 currently. Yeah.
So
Not that
So you guys are using those influencers to that, like
Yes,
this
yes,
collective following is
yes.
to onboard the
Yes.
users, and then you're kind of going after TikTok, I would say.
Yeah, we're going after TikTok.
Sweet.
I don't look at Web3 social platforms as our competitors. They're our allies. And that but I just think everything is a little bit too complicated for the average creator right now. And it needs to be simple. They need to not know it's decentralized. They don't need to know how the Tesla's made as long as it drives.
Yeah. If I think about the existing channels, like for example TikTok, I see certain content. Instagram, I see different content, and also different ideologies. For
Yeah.
example, X acts totally something else.
Yeah.
Where do you see your content like fit? Where does that fit in all the different?
Yeah, we have categories on our app. So there's crypto, there's beauty, there's music, K-pop. We have all different categories and we're targeting each one. Right now, our toppest one is entertainment. And I think our biggest thing is going to be music because since right now artists are just getting the worst out of all of it to get paid and royalties and so on and so forth. And there's going to be a whole music element on our platform that's going to disrupt a lot of things. And I think that's where it's going to really lead to. Yeah.
So like Web3, take Web3 out of the equation.
Yeah.
TikTok itself has already like disrupted the music industry in a way
It
itself.
did.
Can you just talk a little bit about that? Like these little short sound bites. I went to a concert recently by two friends, Big Booty Mix. Have you heard of that before?
No.
Okay, so it's literally like 15-second clips
Yeah.
of the most popular songs that exist. And we were listening on the way here.
Oh yeah.
And it's fun. It's like for like I don't know about you, but I got ADD brain, TikTok brain. We both have TikTok
know.
brain. We're like we want to hear the next thing. We want to hear the best of every song that exists within an hour sound clip. So I went to the Seattle concert. I bought tickets for all my friends. I'm going to the Chicago one. Bought tickets for my friends. This TikTok thing is not going away. Web3 apart. How do you exist in this? I'll just like take Web3 out of the equation.
Well, the thing is that and I will take it. I want to shout out to Instagram, to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. They all did a great job in disrupting all of this and creating the creator economy. And yes, music. It's already started to disrupt the music industry. And there are these TikTok music stars that don't need to be signed by label, but are getting booked by Coachella, even so as well, because they got 1 billion views or whatever the case is. It's going to exist. While it might not exist in the US, but it is right now. Social media in general, TikTok and not with music, without music, it has borders. It has censorship. It has narrative control. So, and by borders, I mean that not every country, that person's probably from the US and
Yep.
they're making money.
Yep.
But if you're an artist from Latin America, you're not going to get the same exposure. You're also not going to get paid. So that is a big thing. So us target, there's a billion creators in the world right now that are not making money, but have the same amount of following and engagement as the US. So that's where we're going to break the ice.
I kind of love that because I started a challenge a month ago and I failed or quit after like 2.5 weeks. Like I started fresh accounts and I was like, okay, let's see how I can grow this, if I can trigger the algorithm somehow, and if I can grow following. Fresh accounts from zero, and it's just so hard to start. And then you look at creators from the US and from Canada, and
Yep.
it seems like it just goes so much easier there.
Yeah.
And like then you're looking, okay, how can I go get that audience to see my content? Do I need to get you a SIM card? Do I need to get a new phone, a fresh phone? Like I do,
do.
right?
You
and
do.
it's annoying. There's like no chance. I was in Bulgaria at that time. 50% distributed on TikTok on Bulgaria.
Yeah.
On Instagram, it only distributes to my friends. Or like even a fresh account, it distributes to people. Like my friends were the first one to start following me, even though it was a fresh account. It's so frustrating because I want to tap into an industry.
Yes.
For example, crypto. But I don't I cannot. There's just no chance if I'm not in those areas.
Yep. And there's a lot of creators that have moved to London or to US, and there's certain areas. And I didn't even know this until I cannot believe just recently, because I have, as a Canadian, I have a Canadian phone, I have a US phone. And I didn't have TikTok on my phone because they read all your text messages and all this stuff. So, but then I had to get clean phones so that whatever. Anyway, it's a totally different app. It's a totally different app. I was like, holy crap, the TikTok of the US is like a machine. And then you have the Canadian version. I thought, I was like, it can't be that different.
I didn't
It's
realize.
you didn't know. You didn't know. It is I'm like, obvious, no wonder. And they get paid, and then you don't even see what you have access to, right? And then after that, you don't even have opportunity to make that kind of money. And
Like
so
Uber, in US, Uber is kind of the same. Like I didn't know TikTok was like that.
yeah, it's
Instagram's the same.
Yeah, it's all the same thing. It's all. I'm just like, oh my god, it's like a complete. It's yeah. So anyway, and that's it's a borderless app. It's a democratized app. Everybody has equal opportunity. $1 is $1, whether you're an African creator, Canadian creator, US creator, Korean creator, whatever the case is. And I think that's going to be our biggest thing. We're giving opportunity to 1 billion creators to make money and go viral.
So then talking about the matching algorithm, let's say, right? Like what content is going to be shown to which users? How do you see this? Because there you would have to have a unique insight or something unique to make this happen.
Yeah. So we have, there's two sides to this, the ranking main page, and then we have the My Own feed. The My Own feed, is the personalized feed. And that's going to be based on how you engage with the content and your friends, the people you follow, and so on and so forth. It'll become more and more personalized as it grows. And of course, there's AI integrated within it. But our algorithm is very, very unique, and we call it the merit-based algorithm. It's all based on content merit. There's no way to be a bot in our account. There's no way to buy followers or buy engagement. You're going to be able to super vote people and stuff like that and give them money, but you can't actually boost your own content. Other people can boost you that. So it's all based on merit. It's like super different. Yeah.
That's another bad thing that I've noticed from certain platforms like Twitter recently, when you post something and it gives this pop-up, do you want to boost this content? And you almost get that feeling like if I don't boost my content, it's going to get downgraded.
Yeah.
And they're going to take me on that. There's just so many of these
It's
bad
rigged.
practices. Yeah, exactly.
It's
Right word.
rigged. Everything is rigged, and since they have the data, they can completely narrative control. They are narrative. We've seen it happen with elections, and also not even that, as also being Canadian, because it's legal to censor in Canada. I don't know if you know that.
Take off the news organizations, literally.
You
It's
can't see
crazy.
certain pages. I remember I send my
Tell-
mom.
Tell Rick about it. Tell
It's
Yeah.
legal to censor?
Oh yeah,
It's illegal. Absolutely.
No, it's like
The
it's
government
yes,
sanctions it.
yes,
The
it
government
does.
it.
And if you, because I didn't notice, and I was sending my mom a bunch of stuff, and she's like unable to see content until I actually flew there. You can't see the New York Post, Instagram. You can't see anything.
What? The New York
yeah,
Post.
you can't see
How
it
crazy
because
is
there's
that?
not.
I mean, I understand these days that Canada doesn't like the US.
So,
but
but
You wouldn't expect that. Even Canadian news
So
organizations. You
when
couldn't
I was in the
expect
US, I had no idea when the new election for the prime minister was going on because you couldn't see it in the US. It's insane. So they're doing that all platform. It's like it's out of control right now. So we're fixing all that's how we're going. So that's the thing.
So a really good friend of mine is a lawyer, and he's very focused on becoming the Prime Minister of Canada. So that's his goal. So we work together very, very closely, and I'm always
Okay.
giving him tips on like, okay, this, maybe try to react this, and we discuss all these situations, like exactly what you're talking about right now. And it's not an easy situation. How do you even handle that? Like, you want to have the right, you want to have the right information go to the right people, but again, free speech is so important.
It is more.
Free speech is so important. I don't want to get like too crazy right now, but like, is it crazy if I ask you about the Charlie Kirk, like everything that happened with that situation? Like, to me, free speech is so important. But like, let's see.
Yeah, so I mean, I won't. I'm not going to give
You don't
any
even get-
political
don't get
stance.
political,
Yeah, I'm
don't
not
get
going to that. But it's. I don't believe anybody should be, murdered for saying what they believe, even if you disagree with it. I think that is absolutely uncalled for. I also don't believe that anyone should be taken off the air. Jimmy Kimmel thing is also not right.
Yeah.
So that too, because that's against anything that America stands for, but humanity should stand for. So both situations happened in like the same 2 weeks, and it showed the left and the right, both get someone died from it. Like, oh my God, it's terrible. Like, that should not happen. That should definitely never, never happen. And also, I don't think Jimmy Kimmel should have been taken off the air either. So I wanted to say
Yeah.
both of those because I think that's both important. Doesn't mean I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I mean, everybody's the right to their own opinion and should be able to be heard. That's the whole point. That's the beautiful part. And you should listen to both sides and make your own opinion of what you believe. Of course, disinformation or misinformation is also something that we have to be careful about and monitor, especially with the rise of AI coming forward. But in the sense of freedom of speech, yes, I like our platform will not censor that unless you're posting any kind of sexual or gruesome content. That's the only way that we would ban you or give you a warning. But otherwise, that's my opinion.
That's totally fair. I mean, that's basically what I've been hearing the past few days as well. I've heard a few people say freedom of speech is kind of dead.
Yeah.
And I don't see a way back on how we can bring it back and how we can make it normal again to be able to share what you think or
But-
not be scared to share what you think publicly.
I think because what happened with Jimmy Kimmel, it kind of united a little bit because even people that don't like Jimmy Kimmel, like Candace Owens, for example, would be like, that's not right that you did that. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and then even so, they might have made a joke about Carly, that's not funny, Charlie Kirk, right? But it's people are still saying that's right. I mean, there's a lot of people that are saying, oh, he should have been dead and stuff like that. I'm like, I think that is absolute. No one should die, whatever you say over that. Right now, violence is just at such a height that we really need to unite more than ever right now.
I think thanks to social media, though, that the world, I've never seen someone being shot like that. And on Twitter, you could literally see it, which is kind of scary as well. And it sparked that conversation again. But let's get back to the topic.
I was gonna comment on it, but
no, I don't. I want to keep it
because
on
we're
topic.
Canadian, U.S. Like,
Yeah, no,
this
it's
is
too much.
this is very much this is what
Yeah,
we're thinking
yeah.
about. Like,
It's top of
generally,
mind.
this has been an incredible 2 weeks. I really feel like it's been uniting between both sides, and even as a Canadian, it's really been an intense couple weeks, and I'm happy that it really feels like there's some uniting happening.
Yeah.
Let's get into the actual topic.
Bringing a social media app to market is quite expensive, and onboarding users and keeping the app running, and you have all of content that has to be distributed and stored in different places. Can you share a bit more about, for example, have you raised any money? Where are you at in that front? How do you see your spending moving forward to onboard all those users? And also, if you have any influencers that are known, can you drop some names or maybe not?
Yeah. So yes, we have raised money. We've had 2 rounds. Me, my co-founder, put our own money in first to start to build the first version. I think that's very important for any founder that's starting a company to showcase. We a total raised about 2. We're raising another third round right now. About 6 million. 2's already done. So we have another 4 million available. So anyone that's listening and is interested, come on, reach out to me.
Investors there.
Yeah. So come on board. And it is expensive, but if you know the best apps in the world, Instagram, TikTok, and whatnot, they spend no money on
And
marketing.
their valuation.
What?
Oh,
They're,
really?
yeah, but I mean, TikTok, it's really hard to say. It's probably no close to the
Yeah.
trillions, but or close to a trillion, but it's probably like half. It's probably like around, yeah, it's like 100 billion or something, right? But they spend no marketing to start because you have to create that cult-like community of a sticky product before you go out and pay for play and pay influencers to post about your product.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. So that's why we're focusing on the micro influencers that are looking to build their profile and that. And so they can earn in tokens right away. And then we're going to go and do the big push with our marketing spend.
I love that so
Yeah.
much. As head of products at IoTex, that's why Rick handed me the mic finally. He was hiding it. He was not giving it to me. So, because I could
I
talk
wanted
about,
to stay on topic.
and I just want to talk about like politics in the US, like the real juicy stuff that's gonna get clicks. But anyways, I love talking about products. I can talk about it all day long. User experience. Me and Rick, as we were swiping through on Tinder, the double, because there's a new thing on
Wait.
Tinder. Again, this is why he tries to stay on topic. I will get way. So he's the on topic guy. I'm the off topic guy. So
For the editor, we're gonna have so many triple topics in this.
this has been a
one.
long intro.
I think he's been drinking way too much.
But this is when the best interviews get made. So on the way here, it was like an hour and a half session. On the way here, we had some music going and everything. I was like, let's download Double Date Tinder. It's like a new thing.
Okay.
And we're swiping through, and it's like something completely new. It's a new user experience, like we've never experienced before. How do you
like it?
She's asking you.
Yeah. Are you guys dating each other?
Do I like it?
Do you like it?
I like the idea. I like the idea of it. I like the idea
Do
of
we
it.
like it, honey?
The idea of it was cool. Did we get any matches? We did not get any matches on the way over here.
Is it a feature within Tinder? Or is it a new app?
No, it's a new feature within Tinder.
Okay,
It's
so
like
it's
it's a new double date feature, just got released, beta version. So let's talk about like rolling out features, rolling out what you guys are working on. Like it's not easy. Like as a product perspective, user experience is so important to me as a product person. It's like I want to make things as easy as possible for the user. So let's just like Tinder out of the way. I know that was a crazy intro to what we're talking about, but like let's talk about user experience.
So you have to be careful because you don't want to be a Yahoo. You know, when people go on the app, you're like, what is this? We are making it as simple as ever. First, we are a ranking system. It's a charts. You're competing to be the number one creator for the week. We're going to be rolling out, and you'll hear it here, daily ranks. There's going to be people competing on a daily basis. That's going to be the dopamine fix of the day. What is hot today? The hottest content today. The week is going to be who is the hottest creator of the week. So stuff like that. That first is going to be daily ranks. We want live streams to come out, and we want users to be accustomed, but there's going to be different things that are going to be available on the app. We have a couple things that we need to have on the app that people are used to convert them.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm already a live streamer, so I need to live stream on Own, but I get paid more. Oh, I get paid up to 30% more on Own. Okay, fine. I'm going to move my followers here.
Yeah.
Oh, I also get compensated 10 tokens per follower I bring on to Own. Okay.
Yeah.
That's incentivization. So focus on that. Get a bunch of people, get them accustomed, and then we essentially build upon that. Facebook or Meta or Instagram wasn't what it is now.
Yeah.
Right? You have to be slowly, you have to spoon feed.
I like that question because changes and features, like
Yeah.
adding feature. I remember a long time ago when Facebook went from desktop first to mobile first,
Yeah.
and they changed their whole timeline thing. Like that's a long time ago now, but like it was such a change. Same when Instagram, she made some small changes. It wasn't the most recent posts anymore, but suddenly it became an algorithm. Like those were massive changes, and I think I personally took a time to overcome that. So I think it's very important to have your first thing ready and then start
Yeah.
playing, but only small tests.
And
Right?
small tests, and it has to work. It has to be addictive. You have to look at your daily active users, make sure it stays above average, right? As if you hit that, you have to stay and continue the marketing has to match the product, and then you slowly roll out to see. You speak to your community. We're in a different time where we can interact
Yep.
with their community, see what they think, see what they like, and essentially build upon that.
So we're gonna be in Singapore. Are you going to Singapore?
I'm
as well?
going to Singapore. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. So we are hosting an event focused on deepen AI RWA. And I'm just curious, how are you implementing AI in your day to day or just as a company in general?
Yes, I mean it's daily tasks. Of course, we want to be as efficient as possible. AI on our platform, we use it. Of course, it's any kind of pattern recognition, but also before posting content to verify if it's any kind of sexual or gruesome content. And then after that, there'll be our own AI shops, which is going to be a matchmaking shop with brands and then also creators based on who you are, what you create, and also your engagement level or followership. So then you could properly price it out as well. So that's how we're going to be using it. And there'll be an AI chat system too, so that you'll be able to essentially offload that day-to-day engagement with your fans through our AI chat GPT. Yeah.
Amazing.
But decentralized.
I really enjoyed this conversation. The product has so much potential, in my
Yes,
opinion. Like,
yes.
there's hundreds of features that I have ideas about now. I have been working with creators for the past 5 years as well, helping them grow, trying to help them monetize. And like you say, they like previous person that I work with, like 600,000 followers on different channels,
Yeah.
and so struggling to monetize in different ways. I'm like, try brand, like try this, try that, trying but not succeeding because you're Frankensteining so many different
Yeah.
tools together, like either a newsletter or either merch or either
Yeah.
whatever.
Too
And
much.
it's different platforms and all of this, and that's the big challenge. And I think it's gonna be great if you could guide those creators
Yes.
by implementing the right features. And we're in a time now that you can incorporate so many different features into a platform that you can actually put everything in one. And then all you got to do as the creator of the app is funnel over the users so
Yep.
that these creators can actually finally get paid for all the efforts they do.
Exactly. That you work so hard and need to be recognized. There's also going to be tools where the consumer are also going to be able to get monetization piece too. The more you engage, you'll get also earn tokens too. People could tip on comments as well. So, which is a lot of people just
How do
look at the
consumers
comments.
earn though? I'm so curious about that.
Right away, you're gonna be able to tip on comments. So if you make a funny comment, you could send.
No
you could Send
way.
tips. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
anyone else doing that?
I
Like,
don't think so,
can't
no.
think
Yeah,
of
no,
anyone
no,
else
no,
doing
no,
that.
no one's gonna
That's
do
so
that, yeah.
unique.
Monetize the reply, guys. Let's go.
Yes.
It's-
Finally. Finally. This is my chance. This is my chance.
You see, there's comments that go viral.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, so like, why not
2
make
million
money from this?
impressions.
So that's
Yeah.
the thing. So yeah, that's
I
gonna
love
be right
that.
away. So we're getting that.
Kaido,
That
they're
right
coming for
away.
you.
Yeah. So that's gonna be right away, and I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
So awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. This was a great conversation.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'll
Thank
see
you.
you in Singapore to
See
come
you
and
in
pitch.
Singapore.
For you guys out there, we might record the pitch. We will record the pitch, right? All of the pitches will be recorded. So yeah, awesome. Thank you very much.
Let's go. Let's go.
That was pretty. That was pretty.
Bye bye. See you on the next one.